Yachting Executive Platinum, Platinum, Emerald, Sapphire.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Crew Travel right here on Yachting International Radio. My name is Ria. I am your host, and I'm very pleased to welcome back Lee Harris from Blue Marine Travel. How are you, Lee?
I'm very good, thanks, Ria. It's chucking down rain here, but other than that, it's all good. How about yourself?
Oh, do you know what? Completely exhausted and feeling every single one of my 32 years.
Yeah, 32. That's right. We'll stick with that.
I know, right? It's been, I was hosting for the Balearic Yacht Show in Palma de Mallorca in conjunction with the Palma Super Yacht Show and the Palma Boat Show. What an absolutely amazing event. We had great weather on Thursday and Friday. Saturday, it just bucketed down. But you know what? It didn't matter. People still were having fun. And I think because it's been almost a year and a half since the Mediterranean has had any sort of show, that people are just so excited to be there and so excited to be in person and connect. And there's nothing like, the person to person sort of connection, and they were really enjoying it. So, I think you tend to forget what a yacht show takes out of you.
It does, doesn't it? I mean, especially when you spread it over the 3 or 4 days, it can wear you out, that's for sure. But I've seen some footage of you, living your best life on the back of super yachts and stuff. So I'm not going to feel too sorry for you.
Do you know what? It was great. We were so lucky. We were on board the Moonraker. And I have to say, kudos to the crew. They were absolutely amazing. And I wanted to move in because as a single mom, you're used to being the servant to those that you serve. And to be on board a super yacht and be constantly asked, is there anything we can do for you? Would you like a drink? Would you like a coffee? Would you like something to eat? I was like, man, this is the life I could, really get used to.
Yeah. Do you know what? I would have claimed squatters' rights if I was there. They would have had to pry me off.
Yeah. Well, it came about Sunday at about 2:00 and they were like, okay, it's time for you to leave. No. I think it was more me saying it's time to leave because there does come to a point though, I think, that you've had enough interaction.
Is that your polite way of saying you've had enough of people?
Don't tell everyone, okay?
No, we'll keep it quiet. Yeah.
Right, and I have to mention that Crew Travel is brought to you weekly by Blue Marine Travel, who haven't lost a passenger since Lee Harris was born back in the 70s.
Exactly right. We have not. And we won't.
Right. That's a good thing.
It's a very good thing when you work in travel.
Right. So, I mean, this week has been, it's been an okay week. It's, no devastating news changes, but, things are always happening. And it's great that we're able to. Oh, and I should say the patient Lee Harris, because of course we are doing the interview on Sunday night instead of Sunday morning, just for the simple fact that I'm old and needed my beauty sleep.
I wasn't going to say anything, Ria, at all. But yeah, it is. It's nice actually, because I'm actually doing it in sunlight this time. So it's good because it's Monday morning for me. So yeah.
And I'm not. So there we go. That's, the 12-hour time difference that goes on there. So what's going on in France, Lee?
Yeah, so last week that Spain are to reopen air borders to vaccinated travellers from June 7th. This week sees more good news with France announcing that they too will follow Spain's lead and allow travellers to enter the country from the 9th of June. France's system for reopening is slightly more laborious than Spain's, but a quick overview is as follows. France is putting in place a traffic light system similar to the UK and other countries, with countries split into red, amber and green. The differences with the colours are as follows. Inoculated visitors from red countries must provide results of a PCR or antigen test no more than 48 hours old. They also need to provide an essential reason for travel and self-isolate for 7 days and take a mandatory antigen test upon arrival. Those who haven't gotten their shots have the same requirements as vaccinated travellers from red countries, but their isolation time is increased to 10 days and their compliance is checked by authorities. If you're vaccinated and coming from an amber country, you will need a PCR test no more than 72 hours prior to departure or an antigen test that's no more than 48 hours old. Travellers can visit for any reason, such as tourism, provided they meet these other requirements. Unvaccinated arrivals must observe the same testing requirements as vaccinated travellers under the amber category, but they must also provide a pressing reason for travel, i.e. essential travel, which is what obviously seafarers will fall under. They will also need to take additional tests on arrival and self-isolate for 7 days. There are no restrictions if you are vaccinated and arriving from a country labelled as green. If you are not vaccinated, however, you will need a PCR or antigen test within 72 hours before departure. Now, which countries currently fall under which colour? Now, the red countries are as follows. They're Argentina, Bahrain, Bangladesh, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, India, Nepal, Pakistan, South Africa, Sri Lanka, Suriname, Turkey, and Uruguay. The green countries are all EU countries: Australia, Israel, Japan, Lebanon, New Zealand, Singapore, and South Korea. Now, any other country that has not been mentioned in the red or the green falls under the amber category.
Wow, that's, it's so complicated, but that's sort of the world of travel at the moment, straight across the board. You just don't know. And you've just got to check every single day because, one's coming off the red and they're going on to the amber, one's coming off green and going on to amber, one's going from red to green. You just never know. So it's best. Do you have a link for that we can provide underneath this interview?
Yeah, I can certainly send you a link with all the information. But like you say, it changes on the daily, doesn't it? I mean, just this past week as well, we've seen the UK, they've removed Portugal off the green list and they're now moving to amber. So you're now seeing this mad scramble of UK travellers all desperate to get back home before they have to, self-isolate for the 7 or the 10 days. So again, it's the same old adage that we talk about on this show quite a lot. For anybody who is looking to travel, please go through somebody in the travel industry, a professional. It's going to make your life a hell of a lot easier.
Guaranteed. What's going on in Holland at the moment?
Yeah, so more good news. The Dutch government has lifted the travel ban for travellers arriving in the Netherlands from high-risk countries such as India, South Africa, South America, Panama, and they've replaced it with a mandatory home quarantine. This came into effect from the 1st of June. Seafarers are exempt from the mandatory home quarantine, but they have to have the following: a seaman's book, a company letter of employment, and a quarantine declaration. The exemption also applies to seamen working on commercial yachts and pleasure craft with a length exceeding 24 metres. The quarantine declaration can be found on the Dutch government website, which we will post a link to under this interview.
Wonderful. United Airlines, is a change there?
Yeah, great news, actually. Great news for South African crew working in the US. United Airlines has returned to South Africa with its direct service from New York to Johannesburg. The United Airlines flight 188 from Newark to Joburg departed for the first time on June the 3rd and will be a daily service. United will be operating a 787 Dreamliner on the route with economy, premium economy, and business class cabins available. This is the first time United Airlines have operated into South Africa since 2019.
And Russia.
Yeah, so after more than 6-month-long suspension, Russia has lifted the ban on direct flights from the UK. Flights started again on June the 2nd between Moscow and London. On June the 10th, airlines may once more operate direct routes from another 7 countries to and from Russia. And these are Austria, Croatia, Hungary, Lebanon, Luxembourg, Morocco, and Mauritius. However, due to the epidemiological situation in both Turkey and Tanzania, flights will continue to be suspended until 21st of June at the earliest.
Well, that's to be expected. Eastern Airways.
Yeah, so with many super yachts entering Europe for the Med season, one area which has always been notoriously difficult to get to is Gibraltar. This week, though, it has become somewhat easier for UK-based crew. Eastern Airways has announced that they will be operating twice weekly direct flights from Birmingham to Gibraltar. This, in theory, should make things a little easier for UK crew who are not based in London.
And, of course, we have the monthly photo winner.
We do. So a massive round of applause for our May photo competition winner. It was Sajjad Makar. Another magnificent sunrise photo from a yacht in Carrillo, Costa Rica. Thank you, Sajjad, for sharing this photo with us, and your donation will be made to the Department of Wildlife Conservation in Sri Lanka. If anyone wants to follow Sajjad and his yachty career on Instagram, his handle is @Saj Makar. Now, for anyone who is interested in taking part in Blue Marine Travel's photo competition, don't miss out. We are almost halfway through the year and there are only 6 £50 monthly donation prizes left. Our overall winner will be announced in December and they will receive a £500 donation to a charity of their choice. Obviously, if you want to be a part of this fun and exciting competition, you can send us your photo version of Yachty Life. More details and previous winners can be found on our photo competition page at bluemarinetravel.com/photo competition.
Well, you'll send us all those links as well so we can provide them.
I certainly will indeed.
Great. And as you see, I don't know what it is. My cats, you're the only interview that I ever do that the cats make an appearance. It's almost like they like have a bond with you.
Do you know what it is? What it is? I've got two cats myself. I'm you know, like when you were a kid, there was always that crazy cat lady.
Yeah.
Well, I'm clearly the crazy cat man. That's what it is. And they all sort of just seem to want to come towards me.
Well, I don't like them very much. I got them because I have kids, and for some reason they tend to. It's weird. It's like cats have that thing. Like if you don't like cats, they tend to like you.
Mm. Yeah, for sure.
So it's like they just harass me all the time, and if for fun. It's not like my kids don't harass me enough. Now I've got two cats that harass me as well. It's just a joy, really.
Yeah. It's like you've got 4 kids now.
I know.
Every single parent's dream.
I know. I'm living it. Trust me. If you want any parenting advice, don't ask. Well, Lee, as always, it's been an absolute pleasure, and your advice is, so much needed in today's day and age. I will as well include your LinkedIn, so that people, if they want to sort of keep track on a daily basis, what is going on, because yes, weekly it's great, but like you keep saying, we were talking about with France as well, it changes. It could change twice in one day for that matter. So it's always good to keep on top of things.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll try and get as much information as we possibly can on LinkedIn, like you say, on a daily basis. So if there is anybody who needs to keep up to date with it, please follow me, and we'll keep sending out information.
And it makes you feel popular.
Well, it's quite nice to have quite a few followers. I'm not going to lie.
Right, Lee, I thank you again for your time. And you know what? I am absolutely knackered, and I am going to hit the pillow so early tonight because it's been a long week, but a very rewarding week, I must admit. I was a bit jealous the last, because you got a yacht show, what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So we've now both managed to get one in, which is good.
Yeah, it's nice to see the world sort of returning to its new normal, as it were, and to see people out and doing what we're used to doing. And humans, we need that interaction. We just do, and Zoom doesn't provide that. So it's good to see, and it's good to do, but I think that we're all a bit out of practice.
Yeah, a little bit, does it? It takes you a little bit of, the first day I found was slightly, what's the word, overwhelming, shall we say, because you've got to get back into the, and it's amazing what a couple of glasses of wine can do for you as well. I will just say that. Yeah,
well, you know what? I can't. I actually didn't drink throughout most of it, just for the simple fact that I was doing live coverage.
That's right, yeah. You were actually interviewing people.
I'm bad enough sober.
Yeah.
Right? So you can imagine adding in a couple glasses of wine, what that would create. There's no filter to begin with. So yeah, not a good plan. Right. Once again, I got to mention that Crew Travel is brought to you weekly by Blue Marine Travel, who haven't lost a passenger since Lee Harris was born back in the 70s. And tune in again next week for Crew Travel right here on Yachting International Radio. My name is Ria. I have been your host. We'll see you again next week.